Everyone, we're here at the American Stroke Foundation. My name is Kylie. I'm an occupational therapy student from Creighton University, and this is our participant, Dale. And today we're going to be talking to you about tone after a stroke. So after having a stroke, all these kind of terms kind of get thrown at you, and it can be really hard to understand what they actually are and what they mean. So we'll start with kind of what is tone. So tone is our muscles' resistance to stretch and movement. So we all have some varying level of tone, whether that be a normal per se or an abnormal level. So every time we're moving, our muscles are acting with a level of resistance. So you can either have too low of tone or you can have too high of tone. And then on the other spectrum of that, you can have what's called spasticity. And a lot of people after having a stroke deal with a level of spasticity. It's pretty common. And so it can be hard to understand really what's happening in your body. So essentially spasticity is when you have too much resistance to stretch, so too much tone, and your muscles' reflexes are turned on. Too high, they're on all the time. So what that can look like is your muscles can become really stiff and rigid. They're kind of turned on all the time. They get really tight, and it can be really frustrating to deal with. Your body's kind of fighting against you every time you're moving it. So Dale here has spasticity in his hand, so we're in a minute going to kind of take a look at what that actually looks like. And again, you can have varying levels of spasticity. And then a big difference that we will talk about when I show Dale is a big identifier between the difference of high tone and true spasticity is that spasticity is what's called velocity dependent. So that means that it's going to change based on how quick you move the muscles with spasticity. So again, we'll talk about that in just a minute when I show it. It'll be easier to understand. But another big point I want to talk about is a contracture. And that can be really common with spasticity if you don't perform your stretching and range of motion on a consistent basis. The ideal time would be at least once a day, ideally 2 to 3 times a day. But basically what happens is you kind of get into your flexed position and your muscles are turned on and you're kind of stuck there, and everything is not getting used to its full capacity and its full length. So your body kind of just says, well, I don't need the full length anymore, so I'm just going to shorten everything up. And then your muscles, tendons, everything become really tight and shortened, and it can be a lot harder for your recovery process because you have to re-lengthen everything back out. So we'll go ahead and look at Dale's hand. So as you can see, Dale's fingers are kind of in that curled and flexed position. Dale doesn't really have a lot of involvement in his wrist, but you can still see that his fingers are curled. They're pretty tight. So I will show you when you move any muscles with spasticity, it's really important to go in a very slow and controlled manner. So I can move Dale's hand, and these muscles are tight right now. I know you can't probably see that, but I can feel it. And the slower you move, things will kind of work with you. The spasticity will kind of melt away almost. But if I move Dale's hand fast, you'll see that the muscles will kick on even more than they already are and really fight against me. Ready? Mm-hmm. So the quicker I try and move, his muscles kick on and say, what is going on? I'm not letting that happen. But if I move Dale's hand slow, I can work through the range. The muscles kind of relax. But again, if you move fast, the muscles kick on and won't let me move. But if I go slow, I can move through the range. Thank you, Dale. All right, thank you for watching. I hope that cleared up any questions you may have about what spasticity is and what abnormal tone might look like. So if you have any questions, you can contact us at the American Stroke Foundation by visiting americanstroke.org, or you can visit us on Facebook. Our Facebook page is just called the American Stroke Foundation, or check out our YouTube channel at American Stroke Foundation for more education and information or any questions you might have. Thank you.